Hey everyone, this is James, host of Eclectic Jukebox and Love Music, and you're listening to T-1NE Radio. Hi everyone, you're listening to T-1NE Radio, Pittsburgh's positive, eclectic, and underground Christian radio. I'm your host James, and you are listening to Love Music. I'm very excited today because I have with me a very cool, magnificent, awesome guest. She goes by the name of Bridgette Perdue. She's a local artist here in Pittsburgh. Hi Bridgette, how are you?
I'm well, how are you, James?
Good, I'm very good. We met because you invited us to be a part of a benefit concert.
Yep.
Would you tell us just a little bit about that concert?
Sure. My benefit concert was put on for my friend Tara McCreary. Tara right now is undergoing treatment for breast cancer, and she's been through this process for about 18 months. Okay. And I had a conversation with her, and I said, "Hey, how are you doing?" And she goes, "Do you want the real answer?" And from that conversation, I just really felt compelled to do something. And I said, well, I would do what any friend who has 3 keyboards would do, So we had a really, really fun concert, and you guys performed, T-1NE performed and held it down, and there was ice cream and sunshine, and it was a good time.
Cool. How is the benefit going, with the money raised and everything? How is it going?
It's going really well. We promoted for basically the whole month of June, and donations are still coming in, which has been really exciting. We partnered with Dream Cream Ice Cream downtown, and they are in the business of making dreams come true through ice cream.
Awesome.
So anybody who ordered her flavor, which was brownie sundae, had the opportunity. Portions of that benefited her cause, which Dream Cream does all year round with all of their different flavors. So it's just a wonderful thing. So that, and then she has a donation page where a lot of people went to the website and donated money through GoFundMe.
Awesome. That's really cool. That's really cool that you did that. Part of what I do here on Love Music is I talk about ways that people can give to their community and they can help people, and I try to play music that is inspiring. So you fit right in there. You're an inspiring artist, and you're out there doing stuff in the community. That's really cool. My first question for you is, how did your music journey start?
My music journey started in just that it was something that I always did. Okay. I'm in the middle of 5 kids, and we just grew up around music. Like, we would watch all of the videos on MTV and learn the dances, and we were just like very theatrical, expressive kids, and would put little sock performances on for my parents, little puppet shows, and my parents one year bought us like a karaoke machine with like a microphone, and like it was on after that, man. They couldn't tell us nothing, man. We were always just recording with our cassette players and, just having a good time. But I just always enjoyed it. Did it in church choir through, school, and ended up going to Point Park for musical theater.
At what point did you know that music was what you wanted to do? It was like, there's nothing else in this entire world that I want to do, broke or not, this is what I want to do.
Gosh, I guess answering that question, I would kind of have to go in 2 parts, because I knew that I wanted to do music when I was in 8th grade and I saw the High School Musical.
Okay.
And I was like, I want to do that for the rest of my life, like watching all these kids on stage, and I was like, that's what I want to do. And I had, at the time, I really wanted to go to New York and go to Broadway and tour and do, cruise ships and the whole 9 with that. And then somewhere in college, it kind of changed, where I was like, I don't know if I want to be a starving artist in New York City and bussing it and, that whole thing. So I don't know exactly where the transition came, because I had always been writing music. I've written music, like my first song was when I was 11 or 12.
Okay, wow.
So it's just always been a part of me and always been a part of what I wanted to do, but I was very nervous about sharing it with the world.
That is the hardest part.
Yeah. So it was definitely after college where slowly that transition came, and slowly people were more receptive in a way that I, didn't realize that people would be. And I just finally decided, I was like, I want to do this. And so I just made plans to kind of phase out of the desk job, the 9 to 5, and to be able to do my own thing.
You personally, what do you find is your favorite part about making music?
My favorite part about that, it kind of changes, to be honest. When I'm performing more, it's like being on stage and just that moment of just, I don't know, Mirror. I don't have words. But like being on stage and just having fun. And I feel like I do. I feel really alive. That's the perfect word to explain it. And I just feel like I connect with my audience and just like kind of, I don't know, I'm just very myself. And I think people kind of resonate with that. Right now, I'm in the studio more often, and what is really, really exciting for me is I have this idea, I play piano and I have my voice, and then how my producer and backup singers and everyone kind of comes in with this awesome, they just add so much, to a song, and it's crazy because it really is just an idea, and then it's like a tangible product and it's recorded, and that like the process of that is really, really exciting for me.
Coming up in music, who are your inspirations? Who are the people that you listen to their track, and like right after you listen to their track, when you got on the piano or you got in your notebook, who are those people that inspired you to write?
Oh wow. There's probably so many. I think when I think about like older music that inspired me, reminds me of my dad singing to Al Green in the car, like the Motown, the 70s funk soul era, the Supremes, Aretha Franklin, and even going back to like Etta James and Ella Fitzgerald and Stevie Wonder. I mean, MJ, like it's just like so expansive. It's so expansive. I think I would really be like Mariah and Aaliyah, as I was growing up, that were just so influential to me. Whitney Houston, of course, and even present day, like Beyonce and Justin Timberlake are constantly doing their thing. Alicia Keys, I love. Sarah Bareilles is brilliant. Pink is brilliant. Those are the people, like when I hear their records, like Here and Now, I'm like, oh, why didn't I write that? Like that's a brilliant song. Why didn't I have that idea?
How do you feel that us as musicians can come together, we can use our gifts and our talents to affect change?
That's a really, really thought-provoking question. Because I think the immediate answer is like, what am I and my keyboard gonna do? Do you know what I mean? Right. Like that's kind of like the first thing that you go to. Right. And
the power that your keyboard has, because when people listen to you play, like as musicians, we don't think about it. We don't think just how fortunate we are to be able to play our ideas. You can voice people's emotions that they suppress.
Mm-hmm. In thinking along those lines too, being able to have something that is, the cry or the voice of those people, being able to write something along those lines. I remember coming back from like doing a missions trip or whichever, and like, just life experiences that give you more perspective definitely also inspire you to write. So, writing something that gives a voice, because people do like to hear what's going on. And like me, I'm not a person who turns on the news, but if I'm able to, listen to a song that gets me more cued in onto what's going on in the world and current events, then that could also be really helpful.
Right.
Yeah.
You're a music educator as well.
Yes.
You work with children. Where do you teach at?
Yeah, so I do a bunch of wonderful things. I work as an independent contractor for, I say, whoever will hire me. But most of the time, I work through Propel Charter Schools. I teach dance to middle schoolers. And I also am the music theater director for Alumni Theater Company. So I'm the vocal coach, and I teach music to those kids. So, and I do other things, like I've been hired with Pittsburgh Public Schools to put on different productions. I've done like Annie and Fame and different things there too. But yeah, I love working with kids.
So how do you use music to like reach kids, like to kind of bring them out of their element?
Oh, that's such a fun question. Man, it is so cool. I read this quote one time that this basketball coach gave, and he said, the thing about coaching basketball is it's not about basketball. And I feel the same way. I feel like music, if I'm teaching dance, I'm teaching singing or whatever, has really nothing to do with that. It's all about instilling confidence in a kid. It's all about showing them that you can't give up, like you're going to perform this, you're gonna make it through, I'm gonna help you every step of the way. Just building self-esteem and building work ethic so they don't quit. Because that's the stuff that's really, really important in life. you know, and then so that kid can apply it to math, or when it's frustrating and I don't get it, or, you know, and you can't get that box step, well, we'll go over it again until you get it, you know. And what's also really exciting for me is every once in a while I'll get those kids who could be more trouble or have a lot of difficulty in their academics, but are, you know, artistic. And, you know, teachers would be like, I would have never thought in a million years he would perform. And it's like he found something that he could really grab a hold of and found something that he could relate to. And that's just a huge passion of mine. It's really, really cool. And it's nice when I have those moments where I can talk and kind of level, you know, because they're middle schoolers. They think they know everything anyway. So just being able to talk with them and say, you know, well, I've been in middle school too. Like, I know what the deal is, you know, and it just gives an opportunity to relate.
You've just finished an album. What is the name of your album?
Enjoy This Moment.
How do you feel that the songs, the lyrics, the music, how do you feel it's going to affect people that listen to it?
I think it'll affect people in a way that I think the songs are really relatable. I think people can say, oh, I've experienced that frustration before, or, you know, ooh, I understand where I have somewhere that I want to be and I just haven't quite gotten there. Or, you know, I've just gotten done with this dumb relationship and like I'm ready to like move on, you know. So I think my music speaks to a lot of people, but I know it definitely talks to women. And I think that they can find something on any track that will resonate with them.
Well, that's really cool. I'm so glad that, you know, you're doing what you're doing and you're working, and it's great to have met you. And
Thanks.
I hope that we get to, you know, hang out and do this more often. And, well, I don't know if we'll be in your kitchen again. Thank you so much for being so courteous.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it, James.
Thank you, guys. You've been listening to T-1 Radio, Pittsburgh's positive, eclectic, and underground Christian radio. I'm James, and I've been the host of Love Music. We want to thank Bridgette again so much for hanging out with us. Until next time.
Hey, I'm Wei.
I'm Simeon. This is Hezrel.
This is James.
And you're listening to T-1 Radio.